Welcome everyone to Sysco Canada's virtual kitchen show. Number 5. Show number 5 we have today. I don't know if we've lasted that long together, but we have show number 5 today with Chef Keppy from Maple Leaf Foodservice. Welcome back, Chef. And you know what? The jabs you've been doing today, this should be a good show.
And hey, just so everybody knows, that's DJ J. Ashton there. He doesn't like introducing himself, but
oh yeah, I forgot again.
Yeah, that's how you start these things.
I know, I gotta remember. This is a production crew. They always fall down a little. Right? But no, yeah, for everyone else, I'm Jay Ashton. I'm the business resources and brand activation manager for Sysco Canada. From sunny, hot Edmonton. And I've had way too much coffee today. But I'm excited. Keppy, we're going to talk about chorizo.
Absolutely. Close to my heart, chorizo sausage.
You know what? I remember being introduced to chorizo many moons ago, and just can't wait to see what you're going to do with it today.
Well, we're going to do an all-day chorizo today. So we're going to do 5 different builds with it really quickly. The chorizo is one of my favorite products that Maple Leaf makes. We've been making it as a link sausage, a raw link sausage, for a very long time. And recently, we've put it into a small chub, so we can actually. So you're buying it like you're buying ground beef now, and it's a great ingredient to use for a number of dishes. That we're going to get into some of them today.
Awesome.
Okay,
well, let's get started.
All right, let's get over to it then. So we're going to start. We're going to start just looking at the way it comes. The chub, you get 6 chubs like this. They come frozen, and they're ready to go. Basically, you're going to be able to break right into them, and the sausage meat's ready to work with. It's got a nice bright red color there. A lot of paprika in there. Once this starts to cook up, it'll actually stain the bread. It's phenomenal. But we just want to see how it's going to come in like that. So right from there, you could just make this into a small slider patty and start making chorizo eggs Benedicts if you wanted to, or chorizo meatballs.
So you don't need to, Chef. You don't need to add anything to that.
It's just like, it's going to work just like a ground beef. So it's already got the texture to it. There's lots of flavor and there's a lot of spice in there already. So it's just a raw pork sausage ready to happen right now. So that can go out just as is. So it's as simple as that to start with. But we're going to do a couple more things to it today just to make it a little bit more interesting to work with.
Love it.
Okay, so all day breakfast. We're going to start with all day food. We're going to start with breakfast. So what we did with this product, I took that chorizo and I crumbled it out, and you can just see right there, right down on that. That's your chorizo now. So that's fully cooked, ready to go.
Did you add oil to it or anything, Chef?
What's that?
Did you add oil to it?
No, there's still some fat inside of that. So that's the natural product right there. There's nothing in there but the chorizo. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can just break it up in the pan and crumble it, or the other thing you can do is actually break it into small pieces and bake it off on a tray and then just add it over from there. But what you're going to end up with is a beautiful product like this that you can prep out in advance. And that's ready to go, okay? Yeah. So all the different things you can work with a product like that. From there, you could add that in and make it into a quiche. You could take that product, do it into a hash if you wanted to. And then if you want to do it as a side dish in place of a breakfast sausage, you can do a breakfast sausage with it as well. What I did with it today, it's going to be through the magic of television. We're just going to show you is I just did it up as a breakfast plate. So an easy thing to do, a couple of poached eggs, some blistered tomatoes, some chorizo, some black beans, and some sweet potatoes there, just to try something a little bit different for it. But that's a great way to start off for a meal that nobody's making at home. That's something you could actually do out in the wild.
That's awesome.
So when you're talking about chorizo, most people are aware of what chorizo is, but you're not seeing it in the grocery stores. It's not prevalent out there. So it's one of those products that people are willing to pay for when they go out because they're not seeing it in the stores. Mm-hmm. That may change at some point, but right now, when I go into the grocery store, I don't come across a lot of chorizo. So this is an easy way to work with it, is to do something like that. Just do a simple power bowl, easy to work with. So that would be the first one. Really sort of simple. But what we want to talk about with the chorizo is some of the other applications for it. You've got a lot of burger places out there. Most burger places have got their custom burger, the one that they like, the way they want to serve it. They're proud of it. They advertise it that way. They might make it in-house or have someone make it for them, but it's their burger. So they can do that out there as many times as they want. What you want to be able to do is show them other ways to work with their burger. So what I'm talking about there is if you break their burger in half, if they've got an 8-ounce burger and you break that in half, so you've got your ground beef there, and you take the same amount of chorizo and you mix them together. And not a complete mix. Just mix it together so that the two are there, so it's marbled. So what you end up with is a burger that's got the ground beef and the ground pork together. Now that's still custom to that operation. It's their burger. You've just added a Mexican chorizo sausage into the mix. And you've got yourself a whole new, brand new burger right there.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So something like that, it's going to be a completely new flavor, but it's not changing any of the processes that you're doing in your restaurant. So you can have that burger ready to go. It's going to be any build you have now, you could turn around and offer it up. Do you want that as a full chorizo burger? Do you want that as a blended one? And you can end up with a Mexican chorizo burger. And then when you go to break something like this in half, you're going to be breaking it in, and you're going to actually have, it's not as easy to see on the screen there, but you actually can see that there's two different meats marbled through there.
Yeah, you can see it. Yep.
Yeah. And then just to show you, that's the basic build that we've got over there for it. But we just wanted to show you something a little bit, another way to use a product that once you have it in-house, you're going to be able to work with it like that. Now, when you're talking about chorizo, everyone gets, they have to ask you what kind of chorizo we're talking about, because there is a Spanish chorizo as well, which is a cured product, which is more of like a pepperette style. So that's a product that you would slice and you can eat it cold. It's ready to go, much like a pepperette is. It's cured. The Mexican style is the raw product like this. So that's where you end up with your Mexican chorizo sausage.
Yeah. You know what? I like that spice. Like I like that flavoring profile, and I never thought of it with beef and burger, but it'd work well. And then you threw guac on there, which softens it up a little and great. Oh man. Yeah,
get the guac on there. Get a jalapeno cheddar onto the product if you want. Add a few other ingredients, some pico onto it, just to make it a little bit more unique. But you've got most of these ingredients in the house already, so it's not a big stretch to make this build once you have the chorizo in house. So if you're going to use it for your breakfasts, you can use it for your lunches as well. It'll work both ways.
Love it.
Now, at the same time, with the chorizo sausage that we've got, we also, when we launched it many years ago, we had a raw chorizo sausage and a raw Italian sausage. And actually coming up in the next month or so, we're going to start offering a raw chorizo sausage in the chub format as well. So we're going to have, so it's normally coming, the sausage is coming in a link like this, and we're now going to have that Italian sausage ready to go. So for anybody that's looking for an Italian sausage to work with, we're going to have one as well outside of the casing.
Oh, that's cool.
So there will be an Italian as well, but the chorizo is the one that's near and dear to the heart. So
absolutely, dude.
All right. Wanted to keep going, so we're going to do basically a simple tapas. You've got the crostinis and things like that around, so it's not very hard to finish up for a couple crostinis out there. So if you put some guac down on them to use as the glue, and then you get your chorizo on there. All you need are 3 or 4 pieces. We're not talking a lot of expense there. Get a little bit of pico. A little bit of, I'm using feta here.
Do you know what I just realized?
What did you just realize?
Now I know why Maple Leaf has their logo on your sleeve cuff.
Yeah, that's there we go. That's exactly right.
I don't know if that was Kate, but
No, that was me.
doing
Sorry,
their
I'll
homework.
take credit for that one.
Someone was doing their homework.
So just being able to do a simple tostada like that, that's all you have to really be able to do. I made up a small platter there, but the idea is if you've already got the chorizo, you've already prepped it. All you have to do is warm that up a little bit, and then you're finishing off. So you got a little starter there. So I did send one of these to you. So this is what you're going to be able to do with it tonight for the family, Jay.
Yes, I have used it. I've already used it.
You've already used it?
I've already tried it out.
Okay.
I took it for a test run, and it was great. This is great. Lots of flavor, though. Lots of flavor.
Yeah, it's a great flavor. It doesn't require a lot extra to go with it.
No. You're right.
It's a great way to finish off everything together.
You're right. And I guess the thing on what I noticed was that like you have to love chorizo. Like, and there's, a lot of people do, but definitely there is so much intense flavor there. You don't need to add anything else. Like,
no, it doesn't require much else at all. No. So we're just going to keep on going with it. So there's a lot of different. I mean, you could do as far as a chorizo goes. You could be doing a chorizo chicken entree, like a stuffed chicken with this. I've done a lot of chorizo flatbreads, chorizo chicken flatbreads. So it's got a lot of uses that way. The meatballs obviously will work for it. You could add that into a bolognese to turn it into something a little bit different as well. There's lots of things you can do with that product. Another one that for more of the tapas side of things, or as an entree, if you've already got your chorizo ready to go, and you get some hot in the pan like this, and you add in a little bit of green beans.
That mic is working really good, buddy.
Sorry, bud. And some blistered tomatoes.
Definitely selling the sizzle, Keppy.
There we go. So it's that simple to finish off. Throw a few herbs, a little bit of garlic in there with it, and you've got a phenomenal side dish right there with the chorizo already happening.
Yeah.
So we're going to take something like that, finish it off in the bowl.
That looks great.
So you get all the chorizo pieces there. And then that becomes a straight appetizer or a tapas right there, or there's nothing stopping you from throwing a couple pieces of chicken on there as well.
Oh, man, dude, that looks awesome.
And you saw how hard that was to do. So you can be putting that out all day long. It's not going to take a lot of work to do it, and you're going to end up with a great dish you can be able to do as a side dish or a tapas.
Love it, dude.
All right. So just take me a second here.
Love it.
So you're going to be able to start doing these shows, 5 or 6 of them a week, or how many are you doing a week now?
Did you say a day? Yeah. We're going to do a marathon, Keppy. Yeah. 4 a week is pretty good. I'm good here. Don't get any crazy ideas, but you know what? We're having a blast. We're having a blast. I hope it was just the time that we spend with you that takes all of the time to put these together, but fortunately, it takes a little bit of work. But yeah, we're having a blast. This is awesome.
Everybody that doesn't work in the kitchen thinks that the time that it takes is exactly what they see in front of them. They don't understand the mise en place side of things.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's very similar to that. Yeah. It only took 3 minutes to cook those wings.
Yeah, right. What do you do for the rest of the day? Really?
What did you do the rest of the day? Yeah. Exactly. I thought of it exactly like that. Absolutely.
The last one I'm going to do is a favorite of mine. If anybody has watched me do some of these presentations, they might have seen this one before. But I've got basically, this is going to be a triple cheese chorizo grilled cheese. Triple cheese
chorizo grilled cheese.
So I've taken some cream cheese here and I blended in some jalapenos. And that's the glue. Because every sandwich needs glue. And then
I love how you use the word glue.
So then you put the chorizo on there. That's not even half a sausage if it was in the real world. But on there, that goes just like that. And then on the other side of the bread, I've just got Swiss and cheddar. So that whole piece, just like that, goes together.
Oh, man.
And this will ruin you for grilled cheese sandwiches for the rest of your life. So that's just going to go on there like that, puppy, right there. And we'll come back in a couple minutes and check on that.
That's awesome, dude.
But this is the adult grilled cheese sandwich, right? Again, we're not using a lot of ingredients here. Cream cheese with a little bit of spice inside of it. Two cheeses you've already got in-house, cheddar and Swiss, and the panini bread. So you can still do a regular grilled cheese sandwich, but this is taking it up a notch. This is something that, again, no one's going to do this at home. They'll come out. They'll order this sandwich a second time because they don't need, it's not something that they're willing to do. They don't want to make the mess. They don't want to understand how it all gets put together. So they'll pay for the privilege of something like this. So that's just another way to use that chorizo sausage.
Yeah, I love it. Simple, it's easy.
Yeah, adding the cream cheese in too gives you a much creamier texture to the entire sandwich too. It's not the normal way that it's built, so it's a great build right there. That chorizo, you can brown that off in advance, heat it up to order over the next day or so. You can portion it out exactly. You're going to get a phenomenal yield out of it. It's going to be able to be used so many different ways. That could end up in wraps. That could be inside of a quesadilla. That could be a topping for a nacho. Again, across that entire menu. You want to make a beer cheddar soup, top it with chorizo sausage crumble on top of it. You're using a tablespoon of the product, but you get to add that onto the menu description. You get to use those adjectives for it. That's really what you want to be able to do. Chorizo is, people understand it, but they don't buy it very much. So we're getting there. We're going to give it a little crisscross on it here. So Jay, do you have craft services that brings you lunch every day there as well then? And just like the movie studios?
Well, yeah, yeah, the production team is pretty good with that. They feed me well. Yes, they do.
And if you do a really good job, they'll open the garage door.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a studio door. Come on, Keppy.
Studio door.
Studio door. Come on. Yeah, train you guys on this stuff. I had Bo Jackson on a couple of weeks ago, right? We had Bo on.
Yes, I saw that one.
And Bo's, hey, I can't wait to come up to your studio. And I'm like, it's probably not what you're thinking. What this looks like when you're used to.
Through the magic of television.
Through the magic of television. Absolutely.
All right. So it could probably go on there a little bit longer, but there's our grilled cheese sandwich. We're going to cut into this puppy right now.
Hey, well, wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
Get close up. Camera guy, close up.
Come on, camera guy.
How did you get those? Did you move it?
Yes.
Did I was like dozing off or what?
You must have been off doing something else.
Look at that diamond pattern. You don't get that. That's not amateur hour there, man.
Hey, that's 36 years in the business. I finally have a skill.
36 years. Diamond pattern like that.
And hey, you know what? Just for craziness, I'm going to cut this on an angle.
Okay. That's awesome, dude.
So there you go. That's what you're going to end up with for a grilled cheese sandwich.
You know what? The cost on that is next to nothing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right? So for operators, they can make a lot of money on using something like that. That's huge.
So then you set that down on the board, decide a little bit of tomato soup to dip the grilled cheese in.
Okay, that tomato soup there is about as thick as I love it. But you need that, right? Like, see, I grew up in, I'm not going to say what province, but it starts with an S. Tomato soup that thick is that's like we had it so thin, like it was like water and ketchup.
Tomato consomme.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
But yeah, just adding on something like that, everybody likes to dip their grilled cheese in, so why not just make a simpler build like that? Easy things to do.
Thicker.
What's that?
Tomato soup. I like the thickness of that tomato. Seriously, I know the sandwich is beautiful, but the tomato soup, I just
sandwich here. Okay, come on now.
You can do a little thicker. We're gonna talk about your tomato soup, not your chorizo.
So, anyways, it was just wanted to do a few builds. Chorizo's got a lot of homes on the menu. You could even put some chorizo, a chorizo crumble with a fish that would work as well. So there's not a place outside of the dessert. We'll figure a way to make it. I'll make a chorizo jam one day. That'll be the other one to go with. But chorizo can make your entire menu, from the salads, the sandwiches, the entrees, the pizzas, the nachos. Again, could make an awesome killer poutine as well. And these are upsells. This is something over and above what they're regularly going to order.
Well, yeah, and I think that's important because we want to also give our customers a little bit of different experience and something different. Innovation's big, and I love it. It's simple and innovative.
Yeah, like I said, get this in the hands of chefs. They're going to do even more amazing things with it. This is just scratching the surface of what can happen. There's a lot more.
Can we have camera guy just go back to them one more time?
Sure, absolutely.
I love them. So that one's simple, easy to do.
Simple Power Bowl breakfast. A little bit, a few extra ingredients there. Then
Power Bowl breakfasts are huge. See that coming around. Guac on a burger.
Yeah. But again, that's Mexican burgers. That's 50-50. That's half your customized burger and half my chorizo. So it's going to be, it's a new flavor for the restaurant. That's going to be
a nice flavor. It'll be a new flavor, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then all the different tapas, pizzas, nachos, all the different things you could go with there. But again, you're using tablespoons of product, very, very tiny amounts, but powerful flavor. Mm-hmm. And then you've got, then again, your green beans, you can make an entree, make that as an entree or just as a side dish with the chorizo green bean. Can't go wrong there. And then obviously the triple cheese chorizo grilled cheese sandwich.
Love it. Great stuff. 36-year diamonds right there.
There you go. Absolutely. I can boil water and put diamonds on a piece of bread. That's what level is.
I'll tell my production crew just to make sure that we bring that up again next time we have you back. We'll bring up the diamonds, but no, thanks again, Chef. Great ideas as always.
Yeah, and we'll again in a couple of weeks. I think we're going to do some healthcare videos with you. So that'll be the next foray into this.
Can't wait to have you back for another series of healthcare, and then this fall we'll have you back. And thanks again, Chef. You know what? You guys stepped up. I think you're the first one we had on our show.
Yeah.
And thanks again. You guys have really put a lot of work into all these. We know there's so much work goes into these. I know it's the 20 minutes that we spend together, but there's so much time that goes into these in the meetings prior, in the back and forth of the emails. So thank you. All the hard work. You guys rock at Maple Leaf, and we love you. And we can't wait to see you in a few weeks in healthcare as we open those up on August 18th. But you know what? Just thank you for everything you do. And for our operators, you can watch all of the other episodes with Keppy and watch as we got better and better through these shows way back from when we started, I think like 6 weeks ago or 7. I can't remember.
Yeah, 7 or 8, something like that.
A long time ago. That's all I know is, but check them out. And you can see all the great ideas. We have them there. You can watch them when you want, as many times as you want. You can get it. Great ideas from Chef here, and they're simple, effective, cost. They'll make you money. It's simple, and that's what we need to do right now.
We try to. Yeah.
We try to, right? But yeah, so thanks again, Chef. All the best. And everyone else, watch our shows. We're going to continue to bring you more and more shows as we move forward. And my production crew, I don't know if that was a bird or a squirrel, but we're going to have them back. And thanks again for everyone else that tunes in. And watch next week. We'll be back on Tuesday. And we've got way more shows coming. And thanks again. All the best, Chef.
See ya.
Take care.
Bye.